Good Monday morning, May the 19th.
Good Monday morning. We made it through.
I feel like I need a weekend from the weekend. There was a lot of work.
You did. I was
happened.
following. You did a lot of work.
Angie Fenton, Ben Peine here.
Peine. We're still working on that, Ben.
We still are.
We are, aren't we?
Months into this, and we're still working on it.
Ben Peine, but welcome to Extol Unfiltered, live from Uptown New Albany here at Extol Studios.
That's right.
We were hopping here last week. We even had Santa in the house, but I think hopefully this is going to be a calmer week.
Except for tomorrow, we have another severe weather threat ramping up for Tuesday, tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, can we talk about that in a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm not ready. Are you guys ready? I'm not ready. All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, Mug Monday, we are always going to have Mug Monday. Cheers. So you got to have Big Happy
is in the house.
Big Happy is always in the house.
And everybody I know is dealing with some kind of sinus thing. I mean, you've kind of had it. I've had it.
Yeah.
Our family's had it. You've probably had it. So Mug Monday.
Mug Monday. So this is somebody gave me a gift card to Starbucks, and
this was tough.
I love this. It can be used for multiple reasons, but I also this is one of my
knock somebody out with it.
Did you get that? I love it. Proudly serving those who serve, and yeah, this is my favorite travel mug. But all of the mugs that I own are either gifts or from Regalo, which is located in New Albany, and I didn't fill him up, but I brought my favorite. This one. Any Ted Lasso fans?
Oh, I love
coming back for season 4. I can't wait.
I think they're shooting it now. It's going to take a little while to come out. But.
I love it. I love these. Regalo has all kinds of amazing mugs. And coming up a little bit later, we're going to share a discount that they're offering to Extol Unfiltered users. So
very nice, very nice.
I am excited about that.
I was just checking old school here.
Oh, you're checking to see? That's some volume.
The AV is looking good here. Audio. Visual.
If you're joining us, we'd love to know where you're joining us from. Drop a comment whichever feed that you're on so we can say hello to you. But Ben, let's just roll right into
a little recap.
Yes, weather recap. So how did you fare in Friday's storms?
Yeah, I was looking back at my posts through the day, and I was thinking back at the Ben at 10 live show we did Friday morning. We're showing the weather models how there's a cluster to the north and a cluster of storms south. There's a little gap in the middle, and that actually did happen. We did have kind of a break in the severe weather just north of us until you get to Brown County, Indiana, Bloomington to Columbus. They had an EF2 tornado that did a lot of damage there, and then Louisville reported an 82 mile per hour wind gust. That was the second highest wind gust recorded at Stanford Field at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, second to 84 miles per hour back in 1974, the big outbreak there. There have been higher wind gusts, obviously, but that officially recorded wind gusts. So 82, stronger than hurricane force winds. And then in my neighborhood, we had trees down around the Borden area. Sellersburg had trees down. Pekin had power outages. Trash cans were blowing out here, you said too. So my mom had 2 trees that came down in her backyard, and then I had to take down another one yesterday, and then so I spent a couple days doing all of that.
So let's back up for a second, though. So I'm in New Albany right before the Floyd County, I'm in the city of New Albany right before the county line. We were actually okay. I text you a couple of times because my daughter was supposed to play. She's 9 and plays at Racing Academy, and they were kind of waffling on whether or not they were going to be able to hold a game. And I remembered what you had said because I learned about all things weather through Ben and ask a lot of questions here in studio. And I remember you talked about the gap, and so in looking, you could see some of us lucked out.
Oh, for sure. In every severe weather event, even if it's a huge outbreak, there are going to be people that miss it. That's what you want.
Right.
You want that miracle to happen when you have ingredients like we had for severe weather Friday. So definitely it was good. A lot of southern Indiana did miss it, but a lot of the counties along the Ohio River, again, all the communities I just mentioned did have some straight line wind damage. So it did turn out to be a pretty busy Friday night. Did over 3 hours of live coverage from my mom's basement.
That's so. Can you pull up the weather response? Okay, this is from Jennings Township Volunteer Fire Department Chief Joe Smith. Love him. He's also a City of Austin City Council member, and he was very complimentary because he got to pull that up on his TV. And this is, we are dedicated to, and I'm going to cough here. We are dedicated to covering Southern Indiana in a way that nobody else is. And Louisville, we see you too. We know that you're a big part of our viewership. We can see behind the scenes. But the fact that, I mean, I log on and see Ben live sitting in his basement and in his mom's basement. Yeah. And Ben, 3 hours, an 11-minute live stream you did from there. And it was funny because one of your friends even said, like, why didn't you like throw up like a like a little virtual background or whatever, but you were in your basement like you told people you might need to be there.
I'm, nothing against television, but there's no faking things anymore. No. It's just going to be real. So what better place to be than in a basement during severe weather? And then like 2.5 hours in,
yes,
you could hear the trees crash down, and it was a little bit scary there. It did do just a little bit of damage.
Did it come into the house?
Thankfully, no. It just kind of ripped off some electrical off the side of the house.
Why does your mom's house keep like, oh,
I mean, there's a big hill back there, and then the trees are close, so we probably need an arborist, a tree service to come and probably take down a few more trees. Because it was very, very busy, and you could see that was my weekend right there. So yeah, it was.
How much time did you spend?
Huge pine tree there.
Cutting down trees.
And we've got this little banner up. Where's that?
Go ahead and go down to video. Yeah, go down to video clips. We want to show the timber.
There
yes,
it is.
Yes. Watch this.
There it goes. Yeah, wow. That's a little nerve-wracking when you're cutting a big tree like that. You don't know exactly how they're going to react.
And we've all seen those videos where it was like, ooh, oopsie.
Yeah, the bad things.
That's a big oops.
So yeah, knock that one down. I don't know, maybe 6 hours, but the sawing the logs isn't that difficult, but just picking them up and there was just debris everywhere. So I have my buddy Chad. You met Chad.
Great guy.
He helped saw
Brady
Saturday, and then Brady came and cleared away a lot of the brush and everything, and my mom helped, but we got it all done.
And you're still feeling it.
Yeah, my back hurts and everything.
We're not 21 anymore.
Basically, everything hurts.
Right?
So
but good. You're a good son, that's for sure. Now, I have to tell you, we'll go to some of the comments here in just a second, but I have to tell you, so I saw, and I'm not going to shout this person out, but a Facebook friend who was kind of lamenting the fact that the local stations and everybody was like the coverage, and he used the name of a small town. I'm from a small town. It used to be the village of Holly in Michigan. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, try that in a small town resonates with me. And he made a comment about like, if the town disappeared, nobody would even notice, which not nice.
Yeah.
But then the next morning I look, and I would not have made this post, especially if I had been a little unkind, which I'm not. I would not post something like that saying, because it's not affecting me, don't cover it, which I know you have heard for years.
Yeah.
But the next morning, guess what? Karma came hard. Massive tree, boom, right on his house.
Don't want that to happen to anybody, obviously.
No.
But every severe weather event, people are like, not people, but some people are almost mad they didn't get hit by a tornado. Like, didn't happen here. I'm like, well, good. I'm glad it didn't happen there.
But it did happen in, LaRue County. What is the death toll now? Are we at 28?
I think Laurel County, Kentucky. London
that's at Laurel. Yes.
There's like unfortunately 19 fatalities in Kentucky. I think 28 dead after Friday night, Saturday morning storms in Missouri, in Kentucky, and in St. Louis, like a really busy, not quite downtown, Central West End. they got hit, and there were several people that died there. So, and that's one of those myths, like tornadoes don't hit cities. They hit cities. They'll go wherever they want to go. So that was, and you were asking why that many fatalities. Well, a lot of that was in London, Kentucky, an overnight nocturnal event. So if you weren't, if your alert didn't wake you up from your phone, sometimes people just put it on vibrate.
Oh yeah.
And then you don't get the warning, you don't seek shelter. But also, that was an EF3, 130 to 160 mile per hour winds, which can flatten homes. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. And I hate to say that, but.
And when Ben said, I was asking him, why did people die? That's one of the first things that I think it's like the self-protection thing. Like, okay, what happened to these poor people that culminated in death or severe injury? Because then I want to learn from that. Mm-hmm. And was it that they were somewhere, in a structure that would be considered like, mobile homes? We all know that. Like that's, you want to find safer locations, but I always want to know. And these were just houses that were annihilated.
Yeah, leveled. And I did read in one report, like from NPR, that a lot of them were in their 60s and 70s. I don't know how that matters. Maybe just being alerted. So it was that's crazy. You don't hear 28 very often.
No, you don't.
I think there were 32 reports of tornadoes Friday night, Saturday morning. That's why we take it very seriously.
And you have to, and I'm sorry to, the Facebook friend who got a little karma came calling, but that's the reason. That's the reason, just because it's not affecting you. I mean, like I said, we were in the gap. I went to sleep. I set my alarms and alerts very high. I kept bumping in and, I don't sleep very well anyway, but I kept bumping in and, Ben's still live. Ben's still live. So, shall we go to the comments?
Sure. Let's see who's tuning in. Amanda Bowie, I was out in PRP yesterday and saw about 10 trees down. So that was very close to that 82 mile per hour wind gust. We've got Vicky Berger, always tuning in. They're from Salem.
Love it.
And I'd say we got extremely lucky overall. Unfortunately, and Laura, we got to watch out for tomorrow. Again, another severe weather threat for our area.
We'll talk about that coming up because we're going to first have some fun and positive news, all right?
Thank you so much, Lillian. Thanks for tuning in.
We appreciate that very much.
Josh Mabe, good morning.
Good morning, Josh. I love that. Ready for a great week?
Yes.
Now, okay, you got to pull up Ron Jackson right there. Karma don't miss.
Karma don't
miss. How many of us don't get a karma sandwich on occasion? You're like, ooh, I deserved that. But
Karma Police, one of my favorite songs.
Go down to Ron's Prayers for Them All. And then I want to tell you a little something. So I was adopted long time ago, and long story short, my biological father, who's no longer living, his name was Donald Jackson, had a living identical twin brother named Ronald Jackson.
Really?
And Ron is my biological cousin.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've met him in person.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah. Good morning, cousin.
That's awesome. And good morning to Gary and Janet from Corden.
Okay, you got to go up to Vicky because this is okay.
Here?
Yes. My hair has grown, but that's because this girl comes on and off. Vicky, my hair is maybe about this because my hair's curly. For those of you who've been joining us, I battled cancer, was shiny bald at about this time last year. I had a few peaks of like stick stripe white hair. And so I love the curls that are coming underneath, but there are some days I just want to throw this girl on. So no, it's real, as in it's a real wig that I wear and I'm very open about wearing. I've got a few other wigs, but this girl's my favorite. But I get that. Yours is only 4 inches. I mean, that's some growth, Vicky. That is some growth. I remember staring at my head for the longest time and then staring at my bald husband and going, I have less hair. And then when I finally grew more hair than him, I was like, all right.
And you call it your girl.
This is it's not a boy. This one's a girl.
You take that girl and protect it in severe weather.
I do. She was packed, and I've said that before. She was packed in my tornado bag. I had treats for the dogs. I had all the cat carriers. We got a menagerie and stuff for my daughter to do. We had snacks, and then this girl was in her silk little, she was not going to Dorothy it out of here. Thank you, though, Vicky.
Meredith Peine, my sister-in-law, good to know Ben has our back. So I was popping up to Indianapolis and forecasting up there.
And you did, and it's funny because there was a conventional TV meteorologist who made some pointed comments. I think, I mean, everybody wants you to watch them, and I get that. You want to protect your brand and all that kind of stuff, but said a few things, then kind of, I think, realized that I'll just say they, maybe were kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit because they have a streaming app but essentially we're saying, watch TV, watch TV. Well, one of the best parts about a live stream, I mean, get your news, your weather coverage wherever you feel comfortable. But one of the best parts is I can do it from here and watch you. And
also, like one person said, I feel like you're my own personal meteorologist because you can go in the comments, say, what does it look like here, and I can jump around. I have the freedom to do whatever we want to do. So that was really cool. And Ron says, good morning, cousin.
Oh, I love this. We're having like an open chat here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's for sure. Now, Patty. Weinsheimer. Yep.
Good morning from north of Campbellsburg, Indiana. Up there in Washington County. Got
Hilda
Greenwell, good morning to you. We got a good morning from MK Schaefer. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Mona.
And also another good morning, Judy Shaw. Good morning prayers for those hurting from the storms.
I mean, but one of the best parts about the aftermath has been seeing people rising to the occasion. I mean, even Coach Pope.
I did see him on the roof. Yes, helping to clear
out
things.
There,
that was really cool.
I mean, neighbors just around the clock, people coming in. It's heartwarming, but it's also heartbreaking that they have to do that in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, and unfortunately, that event is behind us. And again, we're going to be talking. Right now, we're in a slight risk for severe storms. That might be enhanced to what's called an enhanced risk of severe weather for tomorrow. I think in the early afternoon and in the late afternoon, there could be a couple rounds that we'll have to watch out for.
So what were we on Friday? Moderate?
We got up into a moderate risk. And sometimes a moderate risk will underperform and a slight risk will overperform. That's why we just need to be prepared. So let's get through tomorrow and then things will relax for a while. And actually, we got some cool air that'll be moving in too.
And we'll talk. We're going to preview Ben at 10. Of course, you can watch Ben Monday through Friday right here, and especially on his page, Extol Weather as well. And we'll talk about that 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Well, in addition to storm recap and all of that, you had an eventful weekend/week.
Yeah, so we had the Friday night storms, and Thursday my son got his license. Watch out, Southern Indiana.
We got a picture of Brady there.
There's Brady at the New Albany BMV. By the way, that branch operates really smooth every time I'm in it. People complain about going to the BMV, but it's like a couple minutes and we get in and out. That's the one on Charlestown Road.
I hear far, far, far less people. And again, Louisville, we see you. We know your numbers. You know that you're a big part of our community too, and we appreciate that. But I will say that over in Kentucky, you see more complaints because of the lack of locations, and then with the real ID and all of that kind of
population.
So those of us here in Hoosierville, we should feel a little grateful for the BMV.
It was quick. We were in and out, got his license. He's been popping around.
How do you feel? How does Mama
feel?
Feel?
Play golf. Mama's more nervous than me. I mean, we've been driving with him for like a year.
I'm with you, Sarah.
But I kind of let it go to God. I mean, what else? What can you do?
Let it go to God.
I'm not looking forward to the insurance of a teenage boy. A little bit of a discount for good grades. But so then he had a tournament in Lagodi, Indiana, hour and a half away. And then they won that tournament. Baseball. And then Hannah.
Go Hannah.
Who we'll see coming up. Got the championship in number 2 singles. So she got some hardware.
That's exciting.
You never know. That might be the last bit of hardware that she gets in her high school career.
What's next, though? What else does she have?
They've got sectionals coming up at Floyd, I think, this week.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. But
now, is weather going to cooperate for the sectionals?
She's got a match today against Lanesville, and there's a little bit of a small rain chance.
Okay.
So we'll
yeah,
see
and you
what
can't play
happens.
tennis in the rain. Not smart.
Yep.
Well, for my weekend, just really quickly, Olive, my 9-year-old, had soccer, and again, I mean, I talk about battling cancer and all of that, and one of the things that I like to share are the repercussions from treatment. Treatment saves your life, but you also have to endure some other things, and so I'm still on that nausea train, and that freaks Olive out. She doesn't love it when I'm using one of my bags and I have to throw up in the car. And so
Yeah.
we kind of have a little agreement. If it's a long distance, I don't travel with them and get updates. But that's my little,
She's killing it out there, it
look
looks
at that. Look at that. Ooh, look at that foot. So she's played with Racing Academy, who has loved that team. She is going to try out and she will be on Southern Indiana United coming up. For this, she wanted to play with friends that she sees.
Looks like she's the tallest of them.
She is the tallest of them. She is. She's going to be looking me in the eyes very, very soon here, and we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. But she's had a great soccer season, and racing has been absolutely fantastic. But while they were traveling, because then I like to get like updates. I make Jason send me updates. I want to know everything, like what's she playing, where are they going. I did a little bit of self-care. I'm really focusing on that with wellness, and that's just a quick selfie inside of Sakino Wellness downtown, Sakino Wellness Express, downtown New Albany. I do infrared therapy, red light therapy, and some of the other types of things that they offer. And so I absolutely love that.
Can you describe red light therapy and that? And
So red light therapy is literally lying underneath a red light. I would encourage people to Google it because I'm not gonna give you the right. I'm gonna screw it up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But one of the things like chemo did is like it can age you up to 17 years. I couldn't care less about age. Like that's the thing. I'm lucky to get older. I've always felt that way. But my skin, it was harsh and hardened, and just, I want to see me again.
Yeah.
And so red light can help with that,
Okay.
but it can also help with a whole bunch of other things. And then infrared is like this dome and it gets really, really hot in there. And that helps with a variety of other things. I just walk out of Sakino Wellness Express, feeling rejuvenated. I have a friend, a very close friend, Jess, and she's known that I've been doing this regularly. And she's like, you're glowing. Like I can see you feel better. And so that's what I did. Until then, I'm sitting there just waiting for updates on Olive's soccer game, which they won 4-0. So, but then also last week, I had the opportunity, thanks to Josh Suter, the executive director of the Chamber of St. Matthews, to be a part of their Inspire series. And if you see, normally I would have, shown up in a power suit and did all of that. But what I did there, I actually decided I didn't use a PowerPoint. I'm a storyteller, and that is the identical type of outfit that I would wear every single time that I went in for chemo or radiation. One, because they weigh you, and so I always wanted to have the same amount on because it's really important if you're retaining or losing, etc. No makeup, but I just wanted to be authentic. So there you go. That's some real authentic hair. And then that suitcase is meaningful to me because I hate it. I hate it because I had to pack it every single time to go to treatment. And it's the first time I pulled it out, not having to go to the cancer center. And so based on the feedback, I think it was a successful talk. And I just want to say thanks to Josh. Josh, again, is the executive director or CEO of the Chamber of St. Matthews, but he's a Hoosier. He lives in Sellersburg, and we love him. And
That's awesome.
I really appreciate that and appreciate them.
I see the cup.
And there's the cup.
There's the mug.
I didn't need to protect myself from anyone, but there's the cup. Now, speaking of mugs, we had JD Dotson, who co-owns Regalo in New Albany, on with us, and he owns it with his sister Laura Applegate. And they are, again, here's my mug from Regalo. This was
Believe
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso,
I'm such a Ted Lasso fan. But we're calling it Mug Monday. They are providing a 20% discount off of anything in the Mug Life category on regaloart.com. Just use that code MUGGIN that you see right there on the screen. You just order it. JD even said, we give free delivery within, I can't remember what the radius is, but Southern Indiana and Louisville, you're in there. And so you can check out all the different mugs. That's one of their newer ones. I love the banana
Oh,
handle.
yeah. I try to have a banana every morning. That's the one I need.
That's it. Do you?
Yeah,
Is that
I do.
your?
Especially now, I'm so sore. Like potassium's supposed to be good with, muscle-related stuff.
So some of the stuff I was talking about from Sakino
So if you see me doing
Wellness,
this because of the back,
that some of the infrared and also the red light, it's
Mm-hmm.
muscle recovery is part of that as well.
and I believe in sunlight too. I know you're supposed to wear sunscreen all the time, but like when I was mowing yesterday, took off the shirt to get some vitamin D.
Did you have sunscreen on?
No, well, a little bit right here, but I believe in a little bit of sunlight. A dermatologist is probably going to be yelling at the screen
Okay,
right
so
now.
we're gonna be point counterpoint. Okay, this brown girl wears sunscreen 365 days a year.
Really?
365 days a year. I do.
I mean, you can see proof of it on my shoulders. I've been burned so many times, unfortunately. I mean, I've had it where it bubbles up and blisters and all that
I
stuff.
had that one time in Hawaii,
Oh, really?
and I was like, I
I had it on our honeymoon in the Bahamas.
I'm multiracial, but I was like, oh, this is what it's like to be white.
Yeah,
and
it's
fair skin.
not fun.
It was horrifying.
And I remember when it did bubble up, I was like 12, I think. My friend wasn't thinking. I
Oh,
had my shirt
no,
off,
no,
and we were
no.
playing volleyball and slapped me on the back and like tore the blisters. So, yeah.
So you got a little sun. I also know far too many people in my family, and again, like I said, I'm adopted. But even brown people can get melanoma or skin cancer. My stepdad just had, I think it's 20 something stitches because it was in his ear. He's a tennis coach, and they had to dig and dig and dig. So anyway,
Same. So 2 years ago, I had a scoop taken
I
out
can
right
see
there.
barely.
See it? There's not much meat right there. And they took a bunch out of my ear.
Now I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna get all maternal. And
I'm kind of stupid, hypocrite.
you would like to send sunscreen to Ben.
I do
Peine,
wear it.
1638. You do wear, but you wanted to get a tan,
I
right?
wanted to get, I still think a little sun's good for you.
See, I go.
What do you
sun
think?
Sun is good for us.
Just not too much.
That's for real. But I do like the sunscreen. But I will say this: I could put sunscreen on. I could walk out to get the mail and come back, and I'm tan line. So I get it.
Oh, look at this. Meredith says, I currently have red light on me right now. I did
See,
not know
she knows.
anything about this red light.
We're gonna get you in on that.
I do on my phone. If you hit it,
You have red light on your
if
phone.
you hit it 3 times, then it turns red. So that's better for your eyes at night. You go 1, 2, 3.
Interesting.
There's a little trick for you.
I don't think that's going to be strong enough to do what the red light therapy does. But
No.
Hey, if Apple could just pop it up a few notches.
There you go. Vicky, thank you very much. Jerry saying thanks for sharing this.
Love to see you, Jerry.
Meredith says home methods are great too.
Now is she referring to?
I think the red light.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, there's Santa.
Lincoln Crum, good morning.
Good morning, Santa Lincoln.
Alberta Philpott, thanks for tuning in this morning.
Ooh, Mona knows. Yes. So magnesium. In fact, Mona, I take. Oh my gosh, I can see it. I can see it right now. It's in a bottle, and I'm drawing a blank on the brand, but I take it, and it has magnesium, and it also has some calcium at night. So magnesium for
And
your
that's what
muscle
Taylor,
aches.
who works with us, was saying too. He's big in the magnesium. So I might need to go buy Rainbow Blossom or whatever
Yes.
and grab some.
Are you hurting?
We could have a nutritional person on sometime.
We would love to.
There's so much to talk about with that.
If you want to join us, shoot us a message, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We would love that. Now, Ben, we've been reminding people for NWSB. NWSB is one of our fabulous partners here at Extol Media. They have coming up on Friday a coffee and chat at NWSB River Ridge, which is on Patrol Road in Jeffersonville. I've been to these before, and I love them because, one, there's no cost to attend, so you meet all kinds of different people. It's great networking, but
Yeah.
it's 8 to 9, boom, boom. Great way to jumpstart
River Ridge
your
is
morning.
exploding. I drove out there not too long ago.
And that branch it's a beautiful branch that's out there. But anybody can attend that. And again, it's from 8 to 9 this Friday at NWSB River Ridge. And then we keep giving people a little push because they're only doing it collecting through the month of May, but NWSB is at all the locations, which are throughout southern Indiana. They are collecting new and gently used bags for project recovery. And that includes plastic bags, paper bags, tote bags, backpacks, duffel bags, lunch bags, new and gently used. Just drop them off at any NWSB location.
And I got proof that we're getting the word out because my mom gathered up a bunch of bags and was like, I've got it ready for NWSB. So I didn't tell her about it. She was just watching.
I'm guilty because it's back by my desk. I keep bringing bags here, so I need to go down to the New Albany branch and definitely drop those off. So, okay. What's on tap for Memorial Day weekend for you all?
When is that? Is that coming up?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
That is crazy. This month we have no plans.
Is that lovely?
Probably sports, because they're trying to get in all these games and everything, because we missed so many games because of rain help me out here. Cancellations. It's not that hard of a word.
But it's
cancellation.
And Ben has been just
I said a lot of words Friday.
Yeah, you 3 hours and 11 minutes worth, all by himself.
A lot of cancellations. So there, I mean, every day there is a tennis or a baseball. So that'll probably be happening through as we head into sectionals and all that stuff. What about you? Anything happening?
Yes, we're going to clean.
Spring cleaning?
We are going to clean.
I need to do that too.
We're getting the pool ready. Our neighbors in a couple of weeks have a graduation party, so we want to be on board and make sure that, we're doing what we need to do to make it look nice. And Olive is in that, she's 9, and she's at that stage where she's learning. It's not awesome when you let your room get so messy that no one can walk through there. So we're going to clean that for this. This has happened this is the second time. And I had told her that if this ever happens again, I'm going to clean it. I'm just going to put everything into a garbage bag and give it away, which I'm not going to do. So we're going to clean it up together. But it's the same, like nothing's scheduled unless, of course, she makes up her soccer game, then we'll see about that.
I know we're going to get time once summer comes around, but right now it feels like there's no time in the day. And I know I've got like a huge list like this, what I need to do around the house, like gutters. I need to power wash my mom's deck. I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Eventually. Well, tell us what you have on tap for your Memorial Day weekend, but shall we check out what?
And you think that's like the unofficial start to summertime, Memorial Weekend, trying to open up the pools, as you mentioned. Well, we're going the opposite direction as far as temperatures. It looks like we could have 60s for highs Thursday and Friday. So what's happening here? We have a warm front and then a cold front, both tomorrow. Both could cause some severe weather. I think we're going to have to watch out around midday, early afternoon as a warm front slides in. And then we got to have a cold front. It'll be late afternoon, early evening tomorrow. So there is a risk of severe storms. Unfortunately, all the hazards are on the table tomorrow. Straight line wind damage, large hail, and tornadoes are possible tomorrow. Not hype, just telling you what is on the table for our Tuesday.
Can you tell us what locations?
The entire area is once again under a risk.
So again, Kentucky and Indiana.
And if there was a little bit higher risk, it would be like just off to our southwest, western Kentucky, under more of a bullseye in that area as far as that tornado risk. But all of us need to be extra weather aware once again, kind of preaching the same thing we did Friday. And then, but it's not going to be as late night, I don't think. And then we're looking at behind that front, cooling down 71 Wednesday, maybe an isolated shower or sprinkle for Wednesday and Thursday, but trending drier for the rest of the week with those 60s there Thursday, Friday. Trying to keep Saturday dry, 70. Could see a few showers Sunday into Monday. But yeah, the long range outlook here, definitely cooler than normal. Normal highs are getting right around 80 degrees typically for this time of the year. But again, we've got this northwest flow keeping it a little bit cooler than normal. This has been a frustrating spring. I was talking to the athletic director at Borden, Toby Cheatham. Some of you might know him. He said in his 30 years of working with athletics, doesn't remember one this frustrating.
Really?
Because these rain chances, storm chances coming in late afternoon. Should we get the ball game in? Should we cancel it? It's been very, very frustrating.
And you can't win because when you call it, and I mean, I even saw there were some proms that were canceled.
Yeah.
And then if you don't actually get that weather, but then somebody else does. Oh.
How has your spring been? It's been a little crazy.
Yeah.
A little hectic.
That's for sure. Should we go to a few more comments?
MK also saying,
That's it, Mary Ruth. Yes.
okay,
Mary
Venergy
Ruth.
and Mary Ruth.
Mary Ruth is the brand. I also use a multivitamin that's liquid as well.
Angela Epperson. Good morning, Angie and Ben. Have a awesome, peaceful rest of your day.
Thank you.
There might be a nap in store later today.
Oh my gosh, I think you deserve one. I think for sure.
When are the storms going to
Oh,
stop?
Susie.
I had that question too. Like, when are we going to get into a quieter weather pattern? And that's a good question because typically as we get into June, the jet stream lifts to the north and we start to move into a quieter, more summertime pattern where you get pop-up afternoon storms, but they're not severe. So right now we just have a lot of jet stream energy. We're going to have jet stream energy tomorrow and it's going to keep us under that severe weather threat. So hopefully in June things will start to quiet down. And Ron says, tomorrow's my birthday. Let's hold off the bad weather. I hope I can give you a birthday storm dodge
for sure.
Tomorrow. Alice Young saying, no more storms. Good morning. I totally agree.
Yes, Alice.
Here we go. Laura Adams, I was always told, regardless of the risk level, if there is a risk at all modes need to be paid attention to. So, yeah, this is level 2 out of 5, the severe weather risk category tomorrow. But like we saw last time, that might be increased. We might get up to like 3 out of 5. I really, like Laura says, I don't really care about that risk level from the Storm Prediction Center.
Yeah.
If we see a risk of storms, prepare the same way.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, Ben. Well, we were talking about what's up for the weekend, but shall we check out the latest episode of Hanging with Hannah?
There we go. This one?
Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Hanging with Hannah presented by Rasmussen Chiropractic. I've got your ultimate roundup of fun local events you do not want to miss. Starting off on May 19th, it's the Escape Secret Cinema. The Escape is showing a surprise movie before it hits theaters. It's only $5. Just show up, sit back, and get ready for the unexpected. On May 20th, it's the Floral Slumber Paints and Pints. This fun event needs no experience, just bring your creativity. On May 22nd is the Ooh La La Cookie Decorating class. Come decorate dreamy Paris-themed cookies. Everything is included and you'll leave with edible art. On May 23rd, it's turtle time. Head to Clifty Falls and meet some cute turtles. On May 24th, it's the Star Valley Strawberry Festival. There will be shortcake, smoothies, and all the good vibes. Again, on May 24th, it's the New Albany Farmers Market. Come by and shop for some delicious foods. Looking ahead to May 28th, it's Hoosiers at Huber's. Hang out with IU coaches and athletes, enjoy great food, and support the Hoosiers. Well, that's it for this week's Hanging with Hannah. Thanks again to Rasmussen Chiropractic. See you all next week.
Hoosiers at Huber's.
I love that, and the Strawberry Festival.
Oh, yeah.
And we also, if you didn't know, that is Hannah Peine.
That is my
She
daughter.
is stellar.
And I'm trying to ignore the fact that she's gone in August
No.
to IU. Speaking of Hoosiers, I just don't think about it.
We'll talk as we like. I'm going to keep asking you questions because in a part, I feel like I'm learning from you and Sarah to try. Like
I'm trying not to process it yet.
I know that's our job is to prepare them to go out into the world. I'm not right. I'm not crying either. My eyes crying. I'm not crying yet. I've got a few years before.
Well, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to IU and try to relive the old days.
Yeah.
Feel like you're at college again. So it's gonna be cool.
And she is just she's an incredible human. I mean, you and Sarah have done a phenomenal job, but I mean, she's just a good human.
Thank you.
So
yeah.
knowing that she's going to be out there, hopefully that gives you all a little bit of solace.
She'll do good things. She's a hard worker.
Let's jump into comments before I show you another video here that you missed out on.
Cute turtles.
Did we miss that?
I don't know.
Was that in Hannah's video and we didn't? Judy, I don't know.
Judy, yeah, did I miss it?
Maybe we missed it in Hannah's video. Oh my goodness. Yes, cool things
Thanks,
to
Hannah.
do.
Cool things to do, yeah.
She does that. Well, speaking of cool things to do, so one of the things that we do here at Extol is entertain the fact that our youngest member of the team is Olive Applegate, who, by the way, next week, Extol Unfiltered, because, everybody's got to take a break. We will show a pre-recorded version that includes an interview on Olive with one and only Ben Peine. I love that interview so much. But one of the things, so Olive had to come to work last week, and she did a great job of letting us just work, right? She entertained herself and everything. And then at the end, she asked if we could do the train. Well, Todd Prince, who is our lead videographer, had never been involved in this. Ben wasn't here.
I missed it.
I mean, what do you say to a 9-year-old who just wants everybody to get in on the game and just have fun? Todd did not know what
I don't know what
he
this
was
is.
in for. And so, I mean, sometimes with kids, you just do what they want you
Sure.
to do. So go ahead and just 30 seconds. Just roll this. We call this a train game.
Oh, that's hilarious. I like the time lapse there.
So she asked everybody, like, and it took a while, like, where are you going? We all had to like make stops up, whether you're going to Las Vegas or whatever. And then I was the last one. And I mean, she's strong. You can't tell, but I almost got flung into a wall. But I mean, and I love Todd
I
Prince.
missed the train game.
You'll be a
Todd
part of
scooting
it.
back.
But he without question said, okay.
Yep.
Like
He
without
got on the
question.
train.
You never know what's in store when Olive is around, but I always appreciated people, neighbors who take the time to say hello to your kids, or people in the grocery store. Just when somebody shows a little love to your kid, it means a lot.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's awesome.
Ben, let's go to comments and then quick preview of Ben at 10, and then we'll be out. Oh, the event at Clifty Falls. Yes, we missed it. We're going to have to go back and watch Hanging with Hannah. By the way,
Okay, yeah.
you can watch Hanging with Hannah. Actually, that will hit Extol Media's Facebook page at about 10:30 today.
Charlie, hey sis, how you doing?
We are doing well. Hope you're having a great start to this week. That's for sure.
Christina Ferenczi, good morning. How bad will tomorrow be in the Peine area? Friday was very scary. Will it be like that again? It could be like that again. So it is a good chance of severe storms in our region. So we're going to have to watch out. And we're going to talk a lot more about that in 15 minutes on Ben at 10. We're going to time things out with the weather models like we always do. Taylor.
Taylor Kuhn is a part of our Extol team as well.
Excuse me.
Taylor, you need to be in here when we do the train game sometime. So, well, Ben, okay, one more again. Extol Unfiltered will be a pre-recorded version of that.
Enjoying the Florida,
That's
so
right.
good for
Taylor's
you,
out.
Taylor, yeah.
Yes. Do not send messages, Extol team, to Taylor. Leave him alone, right?
I hope the next time you see us too, we're not still hacking things up and blowing our noses.
It's hopefully this is all gonna end.
Taylor says, let's do it.
Yes,
Enjoy
the train
Florida.
game.
That's awesome.
That sounds awesome for sure. We were just talking about vacations and this summer. I mean, Olive gets 8 weeks off. She goes back to school something like July 30th. So
And it flies by.
make every moment count. All right, Ben at 10 starts in less than 16 minutes. You can watch him Monday through Friday, and he's really going to break down what's ahead for Tuesday.
And we're going to try to pop in. If we get severe weather tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, we're ready to go live and cover it if that needs to happen.
Okay. Well, shall we pop it?
I was just checking, making sure there was no extra comments here.
Yes. Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate those comments, but I think it is time for you to get prepped.
I will get ready. Yeah, thank you guys for watching here. Thanks for watching, whether it's on your Facebook page, my Facebook page, Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube. So
And LinkedIn.
On YouTube, you can bring it up entire screen
Which
on
is
your
pretty
TV.
cool.
So,
it looks
yeah,
good. It looks really good.
All the spots.
All right. Have a great rest of your week.
See you
We're
later.
out.